Okay, so the Avatar movies are so strange to me. So James Cameron releases his beloved Avatar films after a few years in between them, and I swear they make like $1 billion, and then after that no one ever speaks about them again. And now with the newest Avatar movie coming out, I'm trying to recall anything I remember from Way of the Water. Like, I swear, name 5 characters from Avatar Way of the Water that aren't Jake Sully. I'll wait.
Uh, well.
Yeah, exactly. I forgot everything except the phenomenal water scenes and hot Navi women. But that's about it. So let's revisit Way of the Water so our minds will be refreshed for when the newest film comes out. Alright, so we are back on the beautiful planet of Pandora with Jake Sully and his new Pandoran wife, Neytiri. Man's really betrayed all of humanity to get an alien baddie, and honestly, who can blame him? He probably made the right decision too, because he is living the life with his 4 kids and the one weird adopted one. Okay, so the adopted one, Kiri, came from the body of Dr. Grace from the first one. But the weirdest thing about Kiri's existence is that this means that some random ass Navi just impregnated. Actually, I don't think it's probably a Navi. Maybe a human too, I don't know. But something impregnated Dr. Grace while she was in this weird Cairo state. And I swear, they literally just gloss over this like it's nothing. Crazy how this movie is over 3 hours long, and James couldn't be bothered to explain this plot point. Oh, they also have their human friend named Spider. And Spider is like the honorary Navi. He speaks the language, he was raised around Navi because his parents left him, and he lives the Navi way of life. He's the cool white boy that's allowed to hang out with them. So Jake and his family are chilling on Pandora, and then after 13 years, the humans come back and pillage for resources. Because you know that nothing's going to stop humanity from pillaging and slaughtering a group of people in the name of resources. Kind of crazy to think that the Navi didn't prepare at all for the humans possibly coming back, especially Jake. Like, Jake should have known damn well that the US military wasn't going to give up that easily. He should have had some type of doomsday plan just in case something like this would occur. So anyway, we have a time skip and we see that the military dude and the main villain from the first one, Colonel Miles Courage, is back, but this time with a new look. So it turns out that although Miles did die in the first one, they were able to save his intelligence and memories and transfer it into a Navi body. They basically just did the same thing for all his men, so thanks to this technology, it is business as usual. It's side tangent, but apparently Miles is still the villain of the third movie, and I swear this got me thinking that James is allergic to making a new villain. Like, please tell me we don't have to see this asshole for the 4th, 5th, and 6th film. Anyway, Miles and his crew arrive on the planet and they start searching this planet for Sully since their main mission is to kill him after all the trouble he caused in the first film. They find the old hideout that Jake and Dr. Grace used to use when he had a human form, and of course, it is the place that Miles himself was killed by Neytiri, or should I say Hawkeye, because her aim is insane. While they are searching the place, Jake's kids, and hold on, I forgot their names, give me a second. Okay, so we got Loak and Spider watching the military soldiers, and Loak is like, dude, we have to report this, but Spider's like, nah dude, I don't want to get in trouble. Which is understandable, but I think people threatening to kill you and your people being in your backyard is a tad bit more important than you getting in trouble. While they were yapping though, Miles and his men find the kids and capture them. He lets go of Spider though, cause 1, he's human looking, like a Mowgli ripoff, but 2, he also recognizes that Spider is his son. So apparently Spider was left behind because babies cannot be put in cryo chambers before being sent back to Earth, so he was just stuck there. This makes sense, but I think the real question we should be asking ourselves is, why the hell was Spider in space in the first place? Did his wife decide to go with him on a space journey millions of miles away? Did Miles take his son with him for a father-son bonding experience, but then conveniently forget him? Unless you're Sue Storm, this dude has no reason to bring Spider to space as a child. So Jake and Neytiri came in clutch, and they were able to save their kids. Well, except Spider, since he got kidnapped by the military guys, but Spider was like the neighbor's kid to them anyway, so they weren't too worried about it. So Jake and his family return home, and Jake and Neytiri start talking about their next plan of action. Jake is like, we need to get the hell out of here, since Miles and his men are going to find out where they live pretty soon. Neytiri is against it, but then Jake is basically like,
this is all I got. This is all I got.
So Neytiri understands, and the family starts making plans to leave their home and start a new life elsewhere. Meanwhile, Spider is getting tortured by this saw-ass device that apparently can see whatever thought comes into his mind. And man, is this device nightmare-fueled, and not in the way that you're thinking, but I just can't imagine how embarrassing that machine would be for me. Those military generals would not be ready for the amount of brain-rot memes going through my head on a daily basis. So Miles unhooks Spider from the mind-reading machine and tells Spider that he will help him escape as long as he helps him with their mission. Meanwhile, Jake makes his departure official by giving up his position as the Toruk Makto and brings his family to a new land. So the new land he brings them to is this really nice island-like place where water Navi live. So they land and Jake asks the water Navi for asylum. But the wife of the chief is like, "Why are you guys bringing your mess here?" And then Jake responds with, "I'm done with war." And let's pause for a second. So now realizing the full scope of Jake's plan, it seems like a good plan on paper, but ignores like 20 other factors. Does bro really think that this dude will just stop destroying the planet and coming after him the moment he hits some water? Miles is the type of guy that would make the entire ocean inhabitable if it meant it would draw out Jake solely. And also, I agree with the water Navi. Why did you bring your shit over here? Gotta love Jake's plan of, okay, I'll remove my problems from you guys and instead bring my problems to another group of people. Hopefully that won't backfire in any way. So the water Navi graciously accepts them into their village, but of course they have to pull their weight around the village and can't be a bunch of slackers. So while they are getting used to the new culture they are living in, Spider meanwhile is helping out Miles and his soldiers. He's teaching them the Navi language and he's teaching them to fly those things from the first one. And here's where I get confused, because why is Spider doing all this? I get agreeing to help them if you were going to try and throw them off of your friend's trail, but you're just dead ass helping them be better Navi, and last time I checked, that's bad. Because if they get better at that, then they can get better at blending in and killing Navi more effectively. Spider is such a strange character to me because I can't figure out what side he's on half the time. At one moment he's playing with Jake Sully's kids, and the next moment he's helping the Navi's sole enemy find where they are hiding. And don't get me started on Spider acting like a Navi, like you are not a part of the team gang. Meanwhile, the kids are getting accustomed to their new way of life, and say what you want about the film, but these swimming scenes are absolutely gorgeous. It is crazy how real and beautiful these underwater scenes are, and makes me want to swim in them myself. Also, it is so technically impressive how they shot this scene and how much went into it to make it look as real as possible. So Carrie is playing in the water, and Thing 1 and Thing 2 decide to bully her for doing it. Now these two assholes are so annoying because I swear an hour of this movie is them being dicks to Jake Sully's kids for like no reason. They beat the crap out of Loak and Netayam, and then just a few moments later abandon Loak in the middle of the ocean as a prank. Like, did they have nothing better to do? Damn. So Loak almost dies in the middle of the ocean, but he's saved by the best character in the film, Tulkan. Well, I know Tulkan is the species of this creature, but I can't be bothered to find its real name, so there you go. So the Tulkan was pierced by this thing, and it tries to show Loak it. Loak is like, "Don't worry bro, I got you," and he helps remove the thing. And this is just how a beautiful friendship is born. So you know how I said an hour of this film was just these two guys being assholes? Well, the other 30 is like just James Cameron flexing the CGI budget, because I swear for the most part, nothing interesting is happening. So I'm gonna just fast forward for a second. So we get to Spider and Miles again, but this time, Miles actually has an idea on where Jake Sully is hiding. Well, just an idea, because the water Navi live on a bunch of islands, and he doesn't know exactly the one he is on, so he's more like,
this like general area.
Great.
So Miles grabs Spider and his men, and they just start hitting islands one by one. They get to this first island, and they beat the villagers and threaten them with death, but of course they don't know where Jake Sully is. Spider has this look of distraught on his face, and he's like, "No, I can't help you do this to these people." And again, dude, like, what were you expecting? Did you listen any time in those 13 years about the stories of the humans on Pandora and what they did to the place? How is Miles threatening to kill villagers and burning up their village shocking to you? Me when I work with the bad guy and he does bad things? I don't understand Spider, bro. Like, pick a side. So Spider apologizes to the villagers and heads off with the military so they could do the same thing to another one. So news spreads quickly, and the news gets to Sully that Miles and his men have attacked the village. They kill no one except this one poor animal that Miles shot for no reason, so rip to that poor dude. This naturally causes panic, and Terry is like, "When are we going to just go and kill this asshole?" And Jake is like, "Not yet, we have to be smart about this." And I really don't get Jake's logic with this, because your first being smart plan didn't work out since they ended up finding you anyway, and if they are this close, I don't think any being smart plan would help you at this rate. It's so crazy because Jake and the Na'vi really handled the military guys in the first one, so I don't know why he's so hesitant now. Can't they just run it back like last time? So while this is happening, Spider and the military guys are on a side mission that is whaling. And these whales are special because apparently these whales, when killed, produce a liquid that stops human aging. And oh my gosh, this would be a nightmare to have on Earth. Like, first of all, this would basically be the new Ozempic to celebrities. They would just buy this shit in bulk. And second, imagine this stuff became widely available, and aging would be like a fashion trend or something. I shudder at the thought of that. They need to keep that thing as far away from Earth as possible. Meanwhile, though, the water Na'vi are like, we had enough, and we were going to fight the humans since they are attacking their villages, and they start hyping each other up, and they love sticking their tongue out or something for some reason. It's kind of strange. Jake tries to calm them down and try to talk him out of it. Loak runs off, though, and realizes he has to warn his new bro, Pyakon. See, I remember the name. Anyway, he swims off to warn him, and his siblings go with him to make sure he is safe. Loak finds Pyakon, but he is unfortunately marked by one of the military trackers, so he tries his best to get it off of him. While he is doing that, though, Miles sees him and realizes he has hit the jackpot when it comes to blackmail, so he quickly gets his men out of there so he can capture the kids. So they're able to capture Jake Sully's kids, and they threaten them unless Jake and his men stand down, and he turns himself in. He's about to do that, but then the one and only, the GOAT himself, Pyakon, comes in from behind and starts smacking the military guys on board. This is why Pyakon is the coolest guy in the movie. I hope he makes an appearance in the third one. And after he gets the job done, he goes back in the water, giving the Na'vi the perfect opportunity to attack. This also allows Netayan to come in clutch and help free his siblings. Oh yeah, never mind. Kiri and Took get captured again though. Damn, and when I thought we were home free. And on top of that, Netayan gets shot and dies. So Colonel Miles uses this to his advantage and tries to force Jake to turn himself in, but Neytiri comes in clutch and helps free the kids. Now with no leverage to use against Jake Sully, that leaves these two men with only one option. That's right, a good old knife fight. Really summoning their inner British man with this one. So they go in toe-to-toe in their fight, but the ship decides to do a barrel roll while all this is happening. They end up underwater because of this, which now turns this into a UFC fight. Jake is able to get a chokehold on Miles, and he drops his supposed dead body to the bottom of the ocean. Bro somehow survives this too. For the next movie, Jake needs to drop Miles in a volcano or something to make sure that this asshole doesn't come back for the next one. I swear, man. So the Sullies -1 are back together again, and Spider is there too. I swear the Na'vi do not give a damn about this kid either. Like, why is he here? And then Jake Sully and his family now accept their new identity as Water Na'vi now, and that is where the film ends. Actually, hold on, one more question. If they think they finally beat Miles and all the military people, why didn't they just go back to the forest? I think it's cool how they adapted a bit to the water people's way of life, but ultimately they aren't evolved to live naturally in that area, so wouldn't it be easier just to go back? Just me though. If you made it this far, thanks for watching the video. Please be sure to subscribe if you want to see my newest stuff I upload, and I'll see you later. Goodbye.